guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'll be showing you a traditional Kerala style recipe. Now this curry is known as Vendakka Theeyal and it is made with lady's fingers cooked in a rich and flavorful gravy of roasted coconut. It is usually paired with rice, but you can have it with anything you like. This is the basic recipe in which you can substitute the lady's fingers with bitter gourd, bottle gourd, drumsticks, shallots, almost any vegetable of your choice. The star of this curry is always that rich and decadent roasted coconut gravy which gives that amazing depth of flavor to it. So without wasting much time, let's just get started. So first, take a pan and add in about a tablespoon of coconut oil. And once the oil is nice and hot, we need to add in the grated coconut. Now regarding the coconut, I took about half a coconut, grated it and then just crushed it further in a mixer jar so that we get smaller and finer pieces, as you can see it now. And then we need to roast this over a low to medium flame until they turn brown. So make sure that you don't put the flame on high because your coconut might burn. And also one important thing to remember is that don't fry this coconut. This recipe specifically calls for slowly roasting it, so don't add more than a tablespoon of oil. As you can see, after some time the coconut starts browning, so we need all that white color to completely disappear and we want all those coconut pieces to get that deep, rich brown color like you can see in the video right now. And once you come at this stage, we should add in all the spice powders. So first add in 2 tablespoons of coriander powder. Next add in 2 tablespoons of red chilli powder. Now you can always cut down or increase the amount of red chilli powder depending on how spicy you want the curry to be. Lastly, add in 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder. And just mix everything really well together. So what we're basically doing right now is just lightly roasting these spices again over the heat so that we can deepen that flavor. So just roast it for 2 to 3 minutes until everything is really well combined and all the flavors are incorporated, and you'll get a beautiful aroma. Once that's done, just keep it aside and into the same pan add another tablespoon of oil. And once the oil is nice and hot, add in a teaspoon of mustard seeds. Now the mustard seeds should start dancing about the pan. And once they pop, just add in the red onions. And by the way guys, if you want the list of all the ingredients that we've used in this recipe along with their exact quantities, just check the description box down below. Saute these onions. We need to cook them until they turn soft and also until they are slightly caramelized into maybe a light brown color. So add in a teaspoon of salt and just mix everything really well. Lastly, add in a teaspoon of sugar. Now if you want that slight sweetness to your curry, if you actually want to taste that sweetness of the sugar, you can add in 2 teaspoons of sugar. Just mix everything well together again. And then just close it and cook it. And as I always tell, just keep a watch on it, keep it on low flame and saute it every 2 to 3 minutes so that you don't burn those onions. In the meanwhile, I just ground that roasted coconut and spices mixture that we kept aside, and I haven't added any water. All this moisture is from the coconut and that coconut oil. In case you don't get a paste like that, just don't add water, add in some coconut oil, maybe a teaspoon or 2, and then grind it until you get a very smooth paste. And by the time you can see that our onions are beautifully caramelized. So we want all that white color to completely disappear and the onions will reduce a lot in size. So once that's done, again keep that aside. And into same pan, add in a tablespoon of oil. And here you can see how we have chopped the lady's fingers. We have sliced them into long, thin pieces. Now, lady's fingers are usually very slimy in nature, so we want all that raw and slimy texture to go. That's why we are again just cooking this and roasting it over the heat. Now, as I told you before, you can substitute this lady's finger with drumsticks, shallots, bottle gourd, bitter gourd, anything you like. So just add in a teaspoon of salt, and when we need to cook this lady's finger also until all that raw texture is gone. So mix in that salt and close it and cook it on a low to medium flame. Again, keep a watch on it, mix it once in a while so that it doesn't burn. In the meanwhile, from the past half an hour, I've been soaking 2 teaspoons of tamarind in about 4 teaspoons of water. So we need to soak that tamarind until all the juices come out, and then you need to squeeze that tamarind with your hand and then just strain it, filter it out and take only that water. That's what we're going to add into the curry. So once the lady's fingers are done, just add in the caramelized onions and mix really well. Now this might seem like a lot of work, but trust me, it's absolutely delicious. Once you mix the onions and lady's fingers really well, just close it and cook it for about 2 to 3 minutes. We just want it to really blend together. And after that, you can see that the quantity has reduced and the lady's fingers and the onions are beautifully cooked. Now I've just added a little bit of water into the coconut paste. This is basically what forms the gravy for our curry. So add in the coconut paste along with some water. Now it's completely your wish whether you want to keep this gravy runny or thick and creamy. So you can adjust the quantity of water according to how you want it to be. Just mix that coconut paste really well. We want that flavor to be really nicely incorporated. And then add in the tamarind water that we kept aside earlier. Make sure you squeeze out and strain out all the bits of tamarind in that water. We want only the water, not the tamarind pieces. So over a medium to high flame, just let this come to a boil. Now we wanted our gravy to be a little bit more runny, so we have added a little bit more of water. But as I said before, it's completely your wish on how much water you want to add. So mix it really well and just let it come to a boil. At this point, you might want to check on the salt and add more if required. Close it and cook it for 2 to 3 minutes. This is the time when all those flavors just seep in. And there our beautiful Vendakka Theeyal is completely ready to be served. So do try out this recipe, guys. As I told you, it may seem like a lot of work, but trust me, it's not that difficult and it's completely worth the time. So make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that notifications bell so that you don't miss out on any of our amazing recipes. By the way, we post new videos every single week. I also have more such videos on my channel, so don't forget to check them out right after you watch this video. So give this video a big thumbs up and share it with all your friends and family. And I'll see you in my next video.